all know that the days of thinking that success is only about money or fame or a big house or a nice car or even a best-selling book are over. There isn't one of us who doesn't know people who have all that and more, who smile on the outside and are dying on the inside. They have no self-love and no foundation of trust in the perfection of the universe. Slowly but surely, people everywhere are coming around and recognizing that success is not an outside job. Hi, I'm Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success, where we help people live lives of true and lasting success. The old success was about material possessions and titles and fame and accolades and a corner office. But what I call the new success is something else entirely. It's not about I'm crushing the sales. It's I'm changing lives with my great product, and I'm grateful that so many people are going to experience it. It's not I'm killing the competition. It's I found a way that I can win and they can win too. I know there's enough abundance in the world for all of us. It's not what matters is the bottom line. It's what matters is we do business with the highest integrity at every moment. And it's not I live in a big open house. It's I live with a big open heart. The new success doesn't discount that it would be nice to have your podcast rank in the top 3 in its genre, or have your company acquired for 7 or 8 or 9 figures, or meet the man or woman of your dreams. But if it isn't, and you don't, that's fine too, because your self-worth, your identity, your fulfillment doesn't hinge on any of that, because you know that that's just a paper tiger anyway. The new success is about being able to look in the mirror and deeply love the person you see. In 1981, when I first began teaching Yes to Success around the world, right out of the gate, I taught that in order to be successful, you have to have a purpose, a goal, a reason to get up in the morning, something to look forward to that lights you up, but not be so attached to the outcome that you forget to enjoy the journey. And that's what I taught then, and that's what I teach now. It's part of success in our new world. And what really rocks about living the new success is that the visceral desire that you have to contribute to the world, that desire that's so strong that you can taste it, is automatically fulfilled as you fulfill your own personal goals and dreams. There are 5 essential elements or secrets to living the new success. These elements are not linear steps, but they all work together synergistically. And when you live these 5 secrets, your life will be more successful than you can even imagine. So let's start with secret 1 today. And secret 1 is creating silence with your spiritual practices. Committing to a regular spiritual practice, once thought to be the domain of the fringe or kind of maybe religious fanatics, it's not only become mainstream, but it's no longer an option. If you want to have a life of true success, you have to have a spiritual practice at the basis. Creating a foundation of inner silence through a regular spiritual practices is essential at this time on our planet. The great Indian saint Amaji, known as the Hugging Saint, stated this beautifully when she said, "We must be vigilant with our spiritual practices so that when the world shakes, we remain unshakable." When we have an effective spiritual practice that creates inner silence, we can be immovable even in the midst of chaos. When we're anchored to the silent depths of our own being, we're like ships anchored to the silent depths of the ocean and not at the mercy of the winds and the waves. And when we're silent on the inside, we are infinitely more effective on the outside. I mean, there are so many spiritual practices that create inner silence: yoga, breath work, prayer, meditation, japa. There are even some that have been scientifically proven at research institutes throughout the world to create a state of immovable silence. The physiological parameters that have been what do you call it? Measured, that's a word, include changes in heart rate, breath rate, skin resistance, showing that not only a deep state of silence has been achieved during the practice, but the state remains even when the practitioner ends their practice and goes and returns to their daily life. The practices that I recommend, as I've experienced them personally, are the Sky Breath Program and Sahaj Samadhi. Sahaj means simple, Samadhi means that state of infinite peace. Those practices you could learn through the Art of Living Foundation, and then, of course, the Transcendental Meditation Program, Tried and True, which I taught for several decades, by the way. And in addition to the unshakable inner silence and expansion of consciousness that these practices bring, there are additional reasons to practice these techniques. The state of our inner life is reflected in what we radiate to the world and how we affect others around us. We all know what it's like to be around people who are highly stressed. Stress is like a contagion that is easily transferred to those in our field. We can be feeling happy and mellow, and then we interact with an individual who's full of stress or anger or anxiety. And the next thing we know, we feel stressed ourselves. One moment we're happy, and the next we're yelling at our partner, who yells at the kids, who get in a fight with their friends, who kick their dogs, who anger their parents. If we're peaceful on the inside, we radiate peace and we create an aura of peace in our environment. When more people radiate peace, like a circuit board, we'll connect and create a planet of peace. One of the keys to becoming a radiator of peace and tranquility is regularity of that spiritual practice. If you meditate just once or twice a week, it's less likely you'll create that state of inner silence than if you meditate once or twice a day. Additionally, when how we are on the inside actually determines how we perceive the world. My first spiritual teacher, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, used to say, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And taking this one step further, according to research cited in the movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? Our thoughts can actually affect matter. The scientists in What the Bleep share that if we see the world as a fearful place, it becomes a fearful place by the power of our attention. If we see the world as a peaceful and loving place, we infuse love into the fabric of our planet. And finally, if you really want to go for the gold, you can supplement your daily practices with, I call it like fertilizer. In other words, as your inner silence is growing through your daily spiritual practices, you can add weekly or monthly or yearly practices that will accelerate your results. Many of my friends meditate regularly and also do things like ecstatic dancing, or they go to drumming circles, or they attend yoga classes, or they take walks in nature, or they enjoy weekly services at their house of worship. All of these accelerate your daily practice, accelerate your personal growth. Besides my daily and weekly practices, I attend bi-yearly silence courses for a long weekend or even a week through the Art of Living. We not only do extra meditations, but we remain in complete silence as we attend lectures and meals and go about our daily routine. The profound silence that I experience during these courses creates an extra foundation of peace. And I really feel that it significantly raises my personal vibration of tranquility and thus my contribution to the world. So spiritual practices, key number 1 to the new success. And next week, I'll share with you secret number 2. But between now and then, try committing to a spiritual practice to do every day and see what it does for your life. So thanks for taking this time to be with me and taking this step towards living your ultimate life.